So I just did a little research. I went ahead and Googled, why is red meat so bad for you? Well, the answer I got right off the top was saturated fats, because red meat is loaded with saturated fats. And I figured that was going to be the reason. So I did a little research last night. It was pretty late at night, so forgive me if this is wrong, but I looked up the difference between, or the correlation between omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids, the saturated fats versus unsaturated fats. And my suspicion was true. My suspicion was that omega-3 fatty acids would jive with polyunsaturated fats, and omega-6 fatty acids would jive with saturated fats. And here in America, we consume way too many saturated fats, way too many omega-6 fatty acids, compared to how there's a ratio we're supposed to be following, where the omega-3 fatty acids versus omega-6 fatty acids, we're supposed to not exceed a 4-to-1 ratio. That would be 4 omega-6 fatty acids compared to 1 omega-3 fatty acid. However that might be. I mean, I don't know if that's milligrams, grams, whatever. All I know is we're not supposed to exceed 4 times the amount of omega-6s as we have omega-3s. And the typical American diet, the standard American diet, as Dr. Sten Ekberg says, which is SAD, standard American diet, SAD, is 20-to-1. We have 20 times the amount of omega-6s as we do omega-3s. And where do we get this? We get this in a lot of different things. But I want to focus on red meat this morning. If you research, listen, I'm just Googling this stuff, okay? Just Googling it, and I'm getting answers from doctors all over the place. And a lot of them are jiving together. A lot of them are right there. When you eat, and you can Google this, when you eat grain-fed beef, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio can be as high as, I believe it's 13-to-1, 13-to-1, anywhere from 5 to 13-to-1 is the ratio, I believe, is what it said. But when you eat grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beef, the ratio is actually, it flip-flops. So the ratio of we're going to go the opposite, omega-3 to omega-6 is 13-to-1. So it completely flip-flops. So if you eat grass-fed beef, you're going to get 100% grass-fed beef, no grain, because the cows weren't actually designed to eat grain. They were designed by God to eat grass and hay and stuff like that. So if you're eating grass-fed beef, the omega-3s in that are high. But what does that also mean? It also means that the saturated fats are low. And the polyunsaturated fats, which is, I believe, what they call stable fat, and I don't know about, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist or whatever you need to be to know all this stuff. I'm just showing you what Google is saying and what YouTube is teaching through various doctors, Dr. Sten Ekberg, Dr. Eric Berg, Mark Hyman, and several others, Dr. Nadir Ali. These guys are all teaching that if you eat a diet that consists of grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beef, that you're eating healthy fats, and these healthy fats are good for you. Healthy fat burns bad fat. Look it up. I'm just relaying the message. I'm just relaying the data that these doctors are teaching. So when I get up in the morning, I eat a handful of eggs, and I eat the yolks because those yolks are filled with omega-3 fatty acids. Yes, they contain omega-6 fatty acids, but the ratio is healthy, it's safe, it's good. I eat grass-fed primarily. I will eat some grain-fed beef. I'm not, like crazy about this. I'm just dedicated to not causing myself to have another heart attack, and I don't want to clog my arteries again. I want my body to be insulin sensitive. I don't want inflammation in my body. It's just all there is to it. It feels better. You feel better throughout the day. So getting back to the grass-fed versus grain-fed beef, again, just to wrap it up real quick, grain-fed beef is what you're going to get everywhere. All the restaurants, you're going to get it at the grocery store. It is the primary beef, is grain-fed beef. If you take the time to research what you're buying at the grocery store, if you actually take the time to search for and purchase 100% grass-fed beef, then what's the danger? Where is the danger? People are going to say, well, red meat causes cancer. Well, yeah, if you eat grain-fed red meat, because it's going to rise inflammation, and inflammation in your body causes cancer, heart disease, diabetes, strokes. Pretty much all the stuff that we are dying from. The numbers, the percentages have risen so much in the past 30, 40 years or so. And it is because of our horrible, sad, standard American diet. So if we start grabbing the grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beef off of the shelf at our grocery store, does it cost more? Yeah, but you ought to see my hospital bill from just getting a singular bypass. You ought to see that one. So it costs a lot less to eat grass-fed beef than it does to get a bypass surgery. I promise you. I promise you. So anyway, we want to look at things and do a little bit of research on what we're putting into our bodies. If you're going out on the town and you're grabbing burgers all the time, a hamburger from your typical restaurant is going to have grain-fed burger. It's going to have sugar mixed in with somehow. If you're putting ketchup on it, you're getting high fructose corn syrup, which is worse than sugar. And then you're putting it on this big, beautiful brioche roll. They're amazing. It tastes so good. And it is destroying you. It is killing you, because that roll is full of simple carbohydrates, which turn right into glucose as soon as you put it in your body. And so the amount of your sugar spike causes an insulin spike, and all of this causes inflammation. So I hate to break your heart, but you're better off going to a decent grocery store. Costco, just started going there. I really like it. Get your grain-fed, get your grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beef. The ribeyes are amazing because they're the fattiest piece you can get. They're really good and good for you. And it's filled with omega-3s instead of omega-6s. It's full of um, the polyunsaturated fat instead of the saturated fat. There are still some saturated fats in this stuff, but the ratio is very healthy, and you need saturated fats in your system. It's important, it's imperative that you have omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, but just not so much. There's got to be a balance. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing, right? So anyway, if you like this video, if you like the content that I've been teaching, just sharing testimony of the things that I've done and how they've changed me, changed my blood work, changed my life, how I feel. I have healthy cholesterol, healthy blood. If you like this stuff, man, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers I get, the more it goes out. And share it with your friends. Share this content with your friends. Do the research yourself. It doesn't take long. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube of people who have done amazing research. Dr. Nadir Ali, Dr. Sten Ekberg, Mark Hyman, Dr. Living Good. These guys are all good. They've done a lot of research, and they know what they're talking about. They really do. They've helped me tremendously. I test what they say. I test it on my own body, and get blood work done. Watch my blood pressure, which runs about 110/72, which is fantastic. The last echocardiogram I got, they did tests on my carotid arteries and things like that. They said it's clear. It's clear. I don't have any blockages that I need to worry about in my system. That's fantastic. So anyway, I won't ramble on, but do your research. 100% grass-fed beef is a whole lot better than grain-fed beef. Your free-range eggs, let those chickens get out and eat the bugs that they're created to eat. They eat grass and bugs, stuff like that. Get the free-range eggs. Find a local farmer, man. Find a local friend who has free-range eggs, and you're going to pay less for them there than you are at the grocery store. The grocery store, they're expensive. They're horrible expensive now. I won't even begin to try to figure that out, why the price of eggs has basically doubled to tripled. But anyway, like the content, smash that subscribe button, like the video, share it, and we'll see you next time. God bless.